Welcome back to the Three Dads in the Podcast, or should I say welcome to the future or welcome to the past. This is me, Freddie D.
Hey, it's your boy Los from another dimension.
Hey, it's your favorite baby daddy, BD Birdo.
We're not really here, but we're here right now in this fixed point of time right now. And today's topics, or multiple topics of the topics, is time travel.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Let's go. It's my favorite.
This is your favorite?
Let's fucking go.
Yo, listen, I just want to put that question out there. If you have the ability to time travel, would you do it? And where would you go?
Time travel? Oh, jeez. What would I do? So, if I would go back, would I change my past?
Well, no.
Or
First question
would
is,
I just go
if
somewhere?
you had the ability, would you do it? Yes, it's
Oh, I would definitely
100%.
do it. Yeah, why
Actually,
not?
I always ask myself this question. If I time travel, am I going to try to change the world? Right? Or would I just I would travel to the past and just observe?
Wait.
So, I think... So,
Would you go to the future or would you go to the past?
But when you said change the world, what are you fucking changing?
What are you changing?
You trying to kill Hitler?
I mean, if I kill Hitler,
There's going to be another one.
There's going to be something else.
kill that motherfucker too. I can time travel, Freddie.
So, you're just gonna make up multiple timelines.
Correct.
Theoretically.
Listen, if I can time travel, theoretically, I'd go back and check out if Genghis Khan is my dad.
Oh,
that's true.
so you're trying
He's
to like
fathered so many.
trace your DNA.
Yeah, trace my DNA. Just
I mean,
go
you
back
could just
and
do
back and back.
23andMe or
So you're trying to find your father's
father.
of the father's fathers.
Man, I want to know where this shit started. All the bullshit. But no, man.
In
All
Africa.
jokes aside, when I think of time travel, I think always about going to the past, not the future. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, you just said you want to go to the past to change the world, kill Hitler, and trying to
No.
find out if
I
Genghis
asked.
Khan is your dad.
I asked myself.
Nobody ever wants to go to the future.
I asked myself, do I ever want to go and change the past? But I can see myself, you know how I am. I'm very observant, man. I just look. I like to go to the back and just see how things started.
Yeah, you know who else like to sit in the back? Rosa Parks.
And look how it turned out for her, though.
Oh, you think she wants to? You think she'll change that?
She changed. She changed the world, baby.
She changed the future.
The country.
She changed the future.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
Facts.
So you're saying she's a time traveler?
She's a time
Maybe.
traveler. Probably. She
Maybe.
knew what would start everything. I think what I would do is I would go to the past, and that he wasn't the villain of the story, but people vilify him, is Biff from Back to the Future.
Let's go, Biff Tanner.
He took that almanac and did the right thing. He won his first million on a horse race.
Facts.
It's not my fault that Marty is such an idiot. Like, I would take that.
Hello.
Yeah, I would use that. But you know what sucks is that, like, I'm going to go to the, like, when you see these shows or whatever, when they go back to the past, all of a sudden they're smart and they know everything. I'm like, what year is it? Oh, damn, I have no idea what happened this year. Like, I would be fucked.
I think if I had the opportunity to time travel, it'll definitely be the future first. I just want to know when shit ends, just to see how much time I have.
So you want to see, like,
Do I really die at 40?
Would you try to change it, or would you try to?
No, I just want to take a peek. I just want to be like, okay, so the Earth does blow up.
Wasn't that
They weren't kidding.
Wasn't that the very first episode of Doctor Who?
No, it wasn't. Don't disrespect.
Don't disrespect.
There's so many episodes. I'm sorry.
Exactly, but it was an episode where they went to visit when
That's
Earth
kind of
died.
scary, man. You're just looking at it and just.
Well, according to that episode, I think it was 2 million years into the future when the Earth. But I don't know if anybody was living at that time.
We did our thing. They did their thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to see it.
You know.
Like, I want to see how shit ends. I was like, okay, that's what happens. The Earth really does explode, as predicted.
At some point, it will, right?
It will. Yeah.
It was predicted, so I was like, okay, that's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you go into the future, right, you know what's gonna happen. Do you believe you can change it, or do you believe it's one line that's gonna stay and there's nothing you can do?
No, I think if you travel to the future, things from the past/present has set that future up. It's like Terminator. You could try to change it
It's
in the future.
a constant loop. It's a constant loop.
I feel like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It is written.
So John Kreese was always going to go back and impregnate Sarah Connors no matter
It
what.
was gonna happen no matter
He
what.
didn't have to kick game. He probably like, yo, you don't have to do
You're going to
nothing.
get this baby no
Just
matter what.
show up. She's going to give it to you.
Lincoln's going to get shot no matter what.
Yeah.
Trump is still going to be president no matter what.
It's going to keep going.
I think
It's
so.
just
You
the way
don't
it
think
is.
a lot of things could have been avoidable? Like, I think, wasn't Trump's motivation was because Barack in that speech, he said like, yo, he's made fun of Trump saying like, oh, you'll never be president. And that's what kind of like got
Never
him.
going to be president.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying like,
but you can't change Hillary having a vagina.
This is so this is what happens. This is where you guys got to expand. Fuck this civilization. I want to time travel again to see what happens to the Earth, but I also want to see, like, me time traveling. Does that mean am I bound by human ways, or can I just go see fucking aliens and shit?
Right, and not just about like time traveling to Earth. You're talking about expanding to like other
The
galaxies.
multiverse.
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the multiverse.
Do you believe in a parallel universe?
I theoretically believe there's a good chance that there's multiverses of multiverses, like bubbles.
So there's
100 versions of you on
right,
different.
right.
Could be. I saw the one. Did you see the one
Yeah.
with Jet Li?
He kept killing them.
I felt like that was more realistic, and
Yeah.
he kept getting stronger. But yeah, I think
so the more you kill, the better
allegedly
the better version of you become.
correct, because you gain that energy.
Right.
So
right.
basically, so Avengers Endgame, when they had to go back and get the stones,
Correct.
once they took the stones, they created a timeline, a different timeline. So you had to go back and put it in, or is it?
Again, this podcast will spoil alert a lot of shit. So if
2,
you have not
1.
seen Avengers Endgame, they fucking cheated. They couldn't beat this motherfucker Thanos, so they had to travel back in time, get some fucking stones, bring back everybody else. Which I was like, if they're gone, they're gone. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then go back in time again to drop off the stones to be like, oh, nothing really happened. Which again, it goes back to, but wait.
So basically, their theory is you can't change anything. Whatever happened, but you can go take back something,
Correct.
but you have to put it back or give you endless timeline. But in one of the timelines, when they take, was it the Tesseract or whatever?
Mhm.
Correct.
The Tesseract, Loki escapes. So basically,
Something happened.
that's another timeline that.
Yep.
So even if they brought back the stone, that timeline with Loki exists. That's
Now,
not
correct.
cut off.
It's now it's creative,
So
and
now
we don't
they're-
know what that's going.
So
to
Captain
lead to.
America made his own timeline. So when he went back to be with Peggy, he was still in the ice.
Correct.
He lived his future, and then he went all the way back to the future to drop off the shield to whatever. It's totally fucked.
Yeah. No.
So are you saying that there could be multiple timelines?
Yeah, I believe.
Well, that's the multiverse.
So that's
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. It's
But-
multiple timelines and different. There might be another version of you, or there might not be. But when I say multiverse, I'm speaking on the planet of Earth.
Can these
there's different
multiverse
Earths.
There's
Yeah.
different Earths.
can
you know
these
what I'm saying?
multiverse coexist?
No.
In other words, can at some point these timelines just go from here to just woof to like one?
No. Theoretically, I don't think it's possible. So you're saying, let's say there's 10 multiverse
Prove it.
and there's 10 Earths, and they
Prove
all
it.
merge into one.
Yeah, why not?
We'll get the Big Bang Theory again.
hey,
A restart.
the Flash. They had to kill the multiverse.
That's
but
what I'm
he
saying.
sacrificed himself.
Like, it's a-
Flash paradox, bro.
there's got to be
Flash
some.
paradox.
I think with time travel, there's got to be sacrifices.
Do you think you're in the parallel universe? You're Freddy DeJesus, but you're a complete different person.
Theoretically, I think there's a chance.
I mean,
like
no,
that.
I mean you're you. You look
So is
exactly
Freddy
the same, but it's
DeJesus
a
right
different
now,
personality.
his
You know.
multiverse would be Freddy DeJesus Millionaire, or his
Yeah,
Freddy
right,
DeJesus
right, right.
would be
Or
poor ass motherfucker.
Or I could change my last name to Freddy Jesus.
Freddy Jesus. He
Like
could be the Messiah.
exactly. Is there multiverses with religion?
True.
That
You know
could
what I'm
be it.
saying?
So you could be in another parallel. You could be like Uber Freddy DeJesus.
I
like
could be a
religion.
preacher.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It might be. I have the last name for it. I could get money for it,
that's true.
but I choose not to.
So
But no,
my-
this is crazy.
yeah.
It's-
So how I believe time travel for me, like my personal opinion is like Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. They go back in time, right? But they're the ones that force the event, so they're actually in the past. Like that's their past or
Correct.
whatever. So when Harry is almost killed by the Dementors, future Harry saves him. So whatever they do, they're in that timeline. So it's not like they changed anything. They have no free will. They have to do what they're doing to set up this, point
Correct.
in time. So the future ones disappear because they have to go travel back. So it's a loop, but it's constant. Or
It's a
whatever.
constant loop because when it first happened, Harry thought it was his mom or something that
Correct.
saved him.
Yeah.
You always wonder like when the first time it happened. You know what I mean? So if you take a look at Back to the Future, right?
Yep.
The first time he goes back, right? Let's say not say the first time. Did it already happen is the question.
So for them,
You know what I mean?
So
like
for-
at some point, like how do you like
yeah. So for Back to the Future, when they travel back, they get to change things. So that's why there's so many different theories on like
Correct.
time
It's
travel.
all
No,
types
I
of
get
rules.
it. I get it.
So
but
no,
that's-
it's not a loop.
That's a whole nother.
no, right.
It's a loop where you can change things or whatever. Because there is a loop at the end of the movie where he goes back,
And
to
it's- yeah, and
that
it's just-
time and sees Marty go back, but Yet in the other movie, he drops the almanac and it changes the complete future.
Yep.
So basically, like the butterfly effect, like you were saying. So basically, one little thing can change everything because when he drops the almanac, Biff becomes this like fucking overlord or whatever, marries his mom, stoopers, gets in that vagina a bunch of times
Always.
or whatever. He's never existed or whatever. So that's why Back to the Future is kind of all over the place.
And this is why people go mad. Because you're probably like, what the fuck did just happen? That's what happens. If you choose to be a time traveler, you're going to go mad. It's just crazy because I'm going to fix this. Fuck, this happened. Now I got to fix this. And then fuck, I got to fix this. I got to fix this. All because you want to be a time travel. So again,
dude, I can't even fix things in my life.
That's why I'm like, I just want to take a quick peek in the future and I'll be right back.
But
that's it.
So,
and not even my future.
But that goes to my point, man. Like, I'm not trying to play God. I'm just saying.
Why is that a God? Why is it a God theory?
I just like to play him on TV.
Technically, it is.
Why?
Because you're changing things to the way that you want it to be.
The reason you're using God is because you don't have a solid explanation, so you just put the G man on there. You know what I'm saying?
No,
instead of like,
just saying, if he
I don't
goes
know.
back and tries to kill
it's
Hitler,
almost like
you're playing God.
But he said you wanted to change the world,
I
bro.
did not
That's
say
what you
that.
said. Rewind the tape. He said so. I will go back and I'll change the world.
No, I said I wouldn't know if I would want to, or I would just want to go and observe.
Bro, can you go back 2 minutes?
No,
right back in
like,
time.
if you really think about it, you know what I mean?
This
it's
is
like,
Los from Payabone.
Welcome back.
Too far.
No, but I mean, it's kind of one of those situations, you know what I mean, where you go back and then you control this, but then what happens is you're back in the future, and then everything's completely. You know what I mean? Like, you can't control what's going to happen after you change. You know what I mean?
So,
have you ever seen 11/22/63 with James Franco?
Yeah, yep.
Fucking movie's amazing. Constantly has to go back and go back and go back to try to avoid the whole JFK assassination.
Yeah.
Then, spoiler, 3, 2, 1, he does. And then he goes back into the current time, and there's a whole fucking
different world. Yeah,
it's a whole different world.
That's what happens. It's like Planet of the Apes.
But that's what I'm saying. You're gonna go back and change time, but you really don't know what's gonna happen when you go back to the present time.
Correct.
So the other is the greatest actor of all time, Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Bill fucking Murray.
Where he's in a constant loop, but he remembers everything that he did wrong, that same day or whatever. Yeah. So he has to figure out how to get out of that paradox or whatever.
I think that's dope. Like Edge of Tomorrow.
He was also in that movie called Scrooge.
Yeah.
Another time traveling movie.
So
shout out to him.
I would be fucked because I'd be like, I fucking give up. I'm just going to keep living like this and fucking not really doing anything different.
Which, again, to the original question, now that you're getting more and more of this, do you still want to be a time traveler?
Yes.
Because this is just wild.
Man, the concept of it is
but
so
we don't
much
know,
like, hell yeah, man.
But we don't know which one is the right concept. And that's the scary thing about it. Man. Like, is it like the grandfather paradox? Where if I go back, I kill my grandfather, I'm never born, but... then how would my future self be going to, do you change the whole future completely, or does it, so you're always born, it doesn't matter?
There is a paradox that was in Star Trek where instead of killing this particular person, they went back in time, kind of like Inception-ish, and try to change his mind because they already knew that this is what's going to happen to the future. And apparently that worked. Instead of killing him, they were able to convince him to change his mind, which created a better future, a better decision in their timeline. Again, I don't know. Killing is the thing.
Apparently, we
to do. You know what I mean?
Kill people. How do you solve it? We'll like, fucking kill them.
I guess time traveling is like that's the easy way out.
Yeah.
So you got to work for it. But did you know we had on record a guy who claimed he was a time traveler?
No way.
I'm sure there's a lot of.
But this one's on record.
Okay.
This guy came in 1998. Claimed he's a time traveler. His name was John Titor.
Was that the guy that went under the sink?
No.
Okay.
Relax, bro.
And he had documented plans on like, tell us how'd you build this time machine. Believe it or not, he is from the future 2031, and he built his time machine from General Electric. General Electric was the sponsor of the time machine.
Oh, let's go, GE.
So buy stocks now. You're hearing it right now for the first time. Apparently, he dropped off all these plans or whatever the case may be. There was no real reason why he was there, but I guess the theory out there was they were testing out the time machine, and he just happened to go into 1998, which is a great year.
Yeah.
I think I was in middle school at that time.
Yes, sir.
Then he vanished. Nobody's seen them yet
What?
until 2031.
Until
I just fucked you right there.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, is that when he said that he came back?
You know what?
He's from the future from 2031.
I don't have any tattoos, but I feel like I should tattoo that name on my arm so I remember.
John Titor.
And look him up in
Please
20
double check.
in the
Wait.
future.
There's one John I know from movie Terminator.
Exactly. Interesting.
Mm.
John Connor.
John
John
Connor.
Titor.
John Titor hits.
Again, the butterfly effect,
John
the little minor change in last names. That could happen. But then you have like the Keanu Reeves of the world that are just ageless.
Ageless, man.
Tell me, like, you got paintings and they're like, they look exactly.
It's like he
like him.
reincarnated himself over and
Correct.
over again. You know what I mean?
The Egyptians believed in reincarnation, which is another form of time traveling if you really think about it. Like, we're going to pretty much freeze your body. Well, we're going to wrap your body in fucking toilet paper.
So
And then you're going to come back 2,000
Yeah, I
years
mean, I
later.
don't know if it's really time travel because when you reincarnate yourself, you're stuck there for
Preservation.
that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're reincarnated, you can't just go from one place to another. You're there until you die, and then you just boom.
But how do you know?
know what I
No,
mean?
I'm just
But
kidding.
that's
No,
what
I don't know,
but
but
that
that's-
was their
kidding.
version of time travel. What they're
Right.
saying
Oh,
is
right,
when you
right,
die,
right. I get it.
we're gonna leave you here, and then we're gonna bring you back to life later on.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jesus,
Yeah, like
but it took him 3 days.
So I guess you're
allegedly.
time traveling to the future. That's
That's
a good
what it
point.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you see those pictures of like when they show like celebrities or whatever, then they show like an old time picture, like that Nicolas Cage one
Yeah.
of like 18 something Nicolas Cage, and you're like, yo, what the no
Right.
relation, no nothing,
Just
and
weird.
and it just it looks
Doppelgangers.
exactly like him. Yeah,
Doppelgangers. That's what it is. And then shout out to the greatest Superman ever to play Superman, but not play him, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Time travels, man. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
So in Interstellar, I believe they use gravity.
Ooh, the theory of gravity from Einstein. They took
Yeah.
Einstein's idea.
Yep.
With massive objects. Massive objects can kind of not mutate, but can bend time. Gravity bends time.
So like
believe it or
like a black hole or something.
A
right?
black
Like-
hole. Hence the movie.
Yep.
The concept of you going to the black hole, which theoretically, according to this, is if you do, there's a theory out there that if you do go to the black hole, time literally bends and slows down. Same thing as like Flashpoint. The Flash. If you can get 99% of the speed of light, let's say you're on a train and it happens to travel that way, that's just fucking crazy. I hope we don't get there because your whole body will probably like explode or whatever.
yeah.
But if you're en route from one place to another, traveling 99% of speed of light, that is like going 235 years into the future,
Oh, shit.
which is wild. And I guess that's light speed, Spaceballs. I guess eventually that's what we want to get to. Tesla, hurry up. You know what I'm saying?
Invent
SpaceX, let's go. We want to get to speed of light because that's the only way to
Travel the universe.
travel the
Right,
universe.
right, because we know how long it'll take to get from here to there. It's just not how do we create it?
So it's
how do we figure out the
Correct.
equation?
Yep.
No, the equation is there of how do we get to that point.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it says we need to invent something that's called speed of light. Like, we don't have the materials right now on Earth to do that. Again, all these movies, what they all have in common is when they're going to different planets and traveling in that space, they're knocked out. They're in a pod or something. You know what I mean? And they're accompanied by an android.
so basically Matthew
Android
McConaughey, when he's traveling, he's thinking, oh, it's whatever. It's like it's been an hour, but in reality,
Correct.
it's like 10 or 20 years on Earth. Or
Correct.
whatever.
Exactly.
So I
Which,
think in the
it's a
movie,
mind
right?
job.
Yeah, in the movie, like he's sending videos and then he gets one back and his daughter's like older. Or
Correct.
whatever.
Yeah, it's his young
While
daughter.
He's young and like, yeah, still.
Well, he comes back.
Yeah.
And it's his grandchildren that are greeting him like, hi, Grandpa. And he's
Yeah.
like, as they're adults,
Mhm.
because he comes back from the black hole somehow, which, you know, all you see is the funky lights. Like if it's that
It's a freaky movie.
2021 movie, I think it was called, or Space Odyssey,
Space Odyssey.
whatever the case with it. It's a good movie. It's just crazy. But again, it goes back to, I think the planet will always be here, but we won't be here. Extinction is part of the way of life.
Correct.
And as a time travel, if you know that one component, that at the end of the day, humans are not meant to live this long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Without the help of technology.
All right.
Hence
Let me-
cyborgs.
yeah, let me flip this. Let me change it around a little bit.
By the way, we're not
So,
scientists.
We're not scientists,
But we
we're
like to
going off
believe.
movies, we're going off research, like
I'm a
things
fucking
we read.
scientist, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm
I'm gonna
talking
put that
about.
out
We're
there.
not fucking scientists.
But we're scientists
So let's
enthusiasts. Shout out to Cookie.
let's put it personally to us. So if you were able to go back, would you change anything? Like, would you go back, tell yourself, like, hey, can you put the toilet seat down? Because if not, it's going to cause like divorce or something. So I leave this for you, Carlos, first. Would you go back and change anything? Or do you think like, hey, it happened, I'm cool with it?
I appreciate that question, man, because I can't tell you how many times I asked myself that question, to be honest with you, because as you guys know, I grew up without a dad. And as you know how much that can affect someone, I mean, it definitely affected me. Not that I'm like this fucking horrible person, but I always wonder, like, hey, like, you know, how would my life be if I did have my dad?
Yeah.
You know, could I go back to the past and change him?
Yeah. Or talk to him and be like,
hey,
you
know what I mean? Or like change his way of direction or something like that. But then I think to myself, damn, man, I don't know. I'd be this like.
Would you be the same person?
I would be the same person. Would I have this fucking amazing son?
Exactly. Would you be?
You know what I mean? So like
nobody knows Carlos is very self-motivated. So do you think you would still be self-motivated, or would you make excuses for you? Because you're not the type of person that makes excuses for himself.
I don't ever.
Yes, he does. You just see him on a softball field.
No.
I can't run full speed right now.
Hell no.
If I could change that, I'll change that.
If I can change that, I can change that. No, that's a good question, man. I mean, I feel like I motivate myself, and because of the things that I went through as a kid, or you know what I mean. But I always ask myself, if I had a dad, would I be in this position? Would I be something more? You know. So would I do it? No, because I feel like things happen for a reason. As cliche as that sounds, things happen for a reason, but it's how you form it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. You just don't want to create a paradox.
My thing is, if you were able to, how would you change the outcome?
Right.
Because you were young.
Right.
You were young. Don't do that, Daddy.
No, right.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
No,
you know?
Listen.
But I remember, I have a funny story. I remember, like, I was like, so my dad used to be a heavy smoker, like very bad, and they gave me like a little brochure at school about smoking, and I handed it to him, and he's like, Dad, I was like, Dad, I want you to stop smoking. He goes, nah, I'm good. And he talks to me.
You know what I'm saying? You make it worse.
Yeah. Like,
because of that, you made it fucking worse. That's what it was.
That's so fucking fun. If I can, I mean, obviously, I would go back and I'd be an adult, but I'd be the adult talking to the kid and say, "Yo, this is
like Back to the Future.
Like
you'll be the Marty McFly.
I'd be the person and say, "Hey, listen, man, you're gonna go through some obstacles.
So you'll sleep with your mom."
If I had to,
he'll be his own father.
Yeah. What the llamas? Carlos Klein. No, listen, man. I mean, if I could change it, maybe. But if I can change the past and still have my kid, because I feel like, again, if I'm gonna go back, I don't have my son, man.
Exactly.
So I don't want to change that.
So
or maybe you do, and you follow in your dad's footsteps.
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm
So you
saying.
just gotta let things
Wait.
Fuck the past.
Hold
We have
on.
the future,
Hold
bro.
on.
Do we
Hold on.
even have a past?
Time paradox. Carlos is talking about this now, right? And we just said, would he sleep with his mother?
He
If
said,
had
yeah.
to do it. So
He said,
what
yeah.
if your dad is not really your dad, but it's really you? And we're talking about it right now.
Shit. And you had to leave.
And like
Because you're John Titor.
You had to leave and come back.
Busted your dad inside there, so that way you could come out. You're your own dad, bro.
What? I was gonna be dadless.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit.
You're your own dad.
You're your own dad.
I'm my own dad.
That's
Is that
it.
possible? Fuck
Yes. Of course it's possible.
Hey, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
yeah. Hey, we just figured guys, we just figured out time travel.
I figured out this.
It's fucked, right? But it could happen. That like we don't know because we don't know if Carlos all of a sudden in his fucking weird basement creates a time machine.
Tiffany Amber.
And in reality, he goes back and the person he thinks is his dad is not
It's really you,
his
bro.
dad.
Because you just said that. You're like, I'm Carlos Klein.
Carlos.
Mami, que tú quieres?
Right, because I can't go back to the past and live that life. I'd have to go back. That means I'd leave.
You would have to leave.
I would leave me.
I think the past.
You would leave yourself.
I think the
yes.
past is already like it sounds boring. The past really does sound boring.
What if you go into the future, right? And nothing's changed. Like there's no flying cars and there's no nothing, and you're like, what the fuck did we do?
I think because we're in this day and age right now,
And it's
that's
50
what we
years,
see.
and we're still down in this basement
But
recording 3
if you
days
tell
podcast.
if you tell the people that survived the Titanic,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me go back.
Okay.
If you go back to Alex Hamilton, right? Let's say he comes back to the future
Here
and
we go.
sees.
Here
I'm
we
just
go.
saying, he comes back to the future. He sees, okay, Wall Street is exactly where it needs to be. Washington D.C. is exactly where it to be, and we have cars. They think, oh my God, this is the
This is
future.
the future.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like because we're living in it, we're still expecting flying cars, but they're seeing flying airplanes.
Yeah.
Maybe the flying airplanes are the cars.
Okay.
Magic school bus, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I think to me the future would be more. I mean, flying cars, like that's possible. You know what I mean?
We have Iron Man lookalikes out there flying themselves. But let me ask you this question. So I'm watching this crazy show called Raised by Wolves on the HBO Max. No, I'm not giving anybody the account because it's not my account. But anyways,
I have my own.
I have
HBO
HBO Max. It came
so
with.
so you guys had it the whole time, and I'm begging for fuck y'all.
I watched the first.
If I could
episode,
travel
I
back in time, I would have asked for it.
You should have.
I should have. So, anyways, and the guy reprograms an android to go to a different planet because I guess Earth is dying or whatever.
Yep.
And repopulate it with humans. And this android
Bad
is
idea.
like pumping, like they call her mother. So she's like trying to she gave birth to all these kids or whatever, some magical scientific way. Anyways, but what he said was have these children live a life without any type of beliefs as far as religion goes. Believe it or not. So she has like 6 kids. She made a very interesting point about these human kids. These kids are legit humans. And she was talking to another android and she goes, we never taught them war, but yet they want to fight each other.
Correct. Yeah. That goes back to human nature.
It's
basically.
human nature. I think human nature just does not change the way that our curiosity will always get the best of us. And if we want something and somebody's in our way, we go back and kill Hitler.
That's true.
That's what it is. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, if I would like to go to the future and see other species, races, you know what I'm saying? Just to see if that even is a possibility. That's what I want to know.
Racist or races?
Racist.
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 There's no T.
Racist.
You-
Okay.
If you go back 5 seconds, I said racist,
Okay.
With a T.
and it rhymes with braces.
So the song's the same. Just want to.
Racist.
And that's actually true. Human nature is human nature. So in the Bible, Adam and Eve, they were naked, took a
Mhm.
bite of the apple. He saw her naked, and it was like, and she didn't want to be naked. So now we're all covered up and not running around. Basically, that's the theory, right?
Correct.
So if she didn't bite the apple, if we believe,
What would
then
happen?
What would happen? Would we all just be naked wandering around? But then again, it's like someone would eventually invent clothing because it would be too cold, or the
Correct.
sun would burn us. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So
Or
evolution.
Carlos might kill me,
Yeah.
or you might kill me because I got a bigger dick.
I might just be your father. I might
Exactly.
be your
I'm
father.
BD Birdo.
Question: Would you go back? Would you go back and find out if Jesus really existed?
I won't go back. I will go to the future.
Yeah, he wants to go to the future.
I just want to go to the future.
Well, why would you go to the future?
Because
He
I
wants to
just
see-
want to see what's going on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because
So-
if you're in the future, you can't change anything.
And I'm just looking
I think
and
you can. I mean, think about it. If you see your
you
future
could change
self,
the future from the
oh
future.
no, I'm not going. That's
Yeah, he doesn't wanna see his own future.
I'm not seeing
so
my
you're
own
basically
future.
me. I'm going to the past. You're just going to the future.
But I'm not trying to check myself.
I'm not either. I'm just
Not
saying.
my
I
life.
said
No,
I
you just said that you want to go back and
no. You had
meet your
asked
dad.
me. You had
and
asked me that
impregnate
question.
and impregnate your mom.
But I'd like to go. Listen, hey man, come on. I'm not the only one that thought about this. All right.
Listen. That's why I'm disciplined enough. That's why I'm a time traveler.
Listen, it'd be kind of cool for me to go back to the Egyptian days and fucking figure out who the fuck built them goddamn pyramids.
Yeah,
Oh, the Egyptians.
the aliens.
How though?
You just heard them, right?
The Egyptian aliens, bro.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Then I can go back and say, yo, it was aliens for real.
How about
for real.
how the
and I
fact?
can bring my camera.
What about Isaac Newton and
But with the camera work,
Einstein?
though.
How are they able to do all this type of stuff, predicting all this stuff and giving us great theories and gravitational pulls?
You
and
see, but now
relativity?
you're not
You know
giving
why?
them credit. You don't.
No. I'm giving him credit. You know why? Curiosity, bro.
Curiosity.
The drive, the human drive.
So, like you were saying, wolves, and they don't want to teach them like war, anything or whatever. But still, they would still have a belief. Like, eventually, something's gonna click in their mind and say, "Why are we here?
Exactly.
Why are we on this planet?"
Exactly.
So you can't change that.
So
or
here's a
whatever.
twist: a religious group does come in.
Oh,
These are like the last human survivors, and they believe in soul. Spoiler alerts. And one of the kids met with one of them with another kid who was religious, and they just planted a seed, and this kid started praying out of nowhere. And mother, the android, is like, "What are you doing?" "Nothing, mother." But it's just so simple.
a little seed,
A little seed, and boom. Again, human nature. It's just whatever it is, we are bound to our naturism. I believe it or not, you know, and we have rules.
So for me, I don't even know if. I'm sorry, I have to be in the middle. I have to go future and past. I have to go back and forth.
Of course you are.
Would I change anything? Probably not. I want to be like the observer, like in Fringe and shit. Just fucking observe things or whatever. Or Stan Lee in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Wasn't it? What's that show? It was a show on Fox. There was these guys in black suits. They're bald headed, and all they do.
Fringe?
Did you just say the Fringe?
I was like, who were you talking about?
Sweet. So I would probably be the observer. But then again, I'm like, damn.
So you'd be the observer, like Bill and Ted.
I'm fucking. I want to say I'm opportunistic or whatever. So Jeffrey App, you getting that ass whooping all through the time. I'm gonna whoop you when you're a baby. I'm gonna whoop you when you're in high school, and I'm gonna whoop you when you're dead.
You know what? I feel like the perfect movie that would describe us would be Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, it would.
Absolutely.
We would go back and just do some like crazy funny shit.
No, exactly.
Or Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
No, I mean, what is the most realistic movie you think is close to the theory of time travel?
Like I said, I think
not movie. I mean, just movie, not shows.
I think Harry Potter is the realistic, where you go back, you're in the past, you're part of that past. Like,
shout out to J.K. Rowling.
So you're part of that. That's how I feel. That's because whatever happens, happens. You can't really change it. But if you're going back in the past and you're like, you know, tying your shoes and someone falls over you, that means you're a part of that. So, you know, it happened because of you. But it doesn't change anything down the line.
Wow.
But I feel like but see, when people theorize, they think one thing changes everything, you know, everything into the future.
But it would have to, man. Think about it.
I feel like the change happens
It's a domino effect.
I know, but I feel like the change happens in the loop that you created. Like in the show Dark, there's a constant loop or whatever, and that deals with time travel, and it deals with, what was it?
Paradox?
No, a separate
timelines?
No, universes.
Oh, yeah,
so
multiverses.
There's three multiverses. So there was a scientist, his family got, spoiler alert, watch Dark. I feel like it's a really good one. So there was a scientist, his kids got killed, he's trying to, you know, make a time machine or whatever.
Yeah.
So his is Earth 1. That's the Mecca. That's whatever. Yeah. So he creates it, right? It fucks up. He creates two.
Oh shit! No way.
Different universes. So that universe it's in a loop, a constant loop. You can't be broken.
Earth 1 is just already there.
It's already there.
So he moved on.
So
he's
the
on
other
Earth
two Earth are just in constant loops. No matter what you do, no matter. So the two Earths are against each other because they think like my Earth is better, your Earth. So they're constantly.
I'm gonna watch the second season.
So they're constantly fucking with each other, thinking like, oh, I have to do this in order for my child to be born. Oh, I have to kill you because then, you know, the Earth is going to end or whatever. Not thinking that there's a third Earth, the actual one. So in order for it to stop, they have to destroy both of theirs for the one to live or whatever. So they changed. So what they did was they went back in time and changed that one Earth where the sun doesn't die.
Hold on.
Boom.
Stop.
No. Go ahead.
I'm still going to watch it.
No. I
but stop right
the
there.
Shit out of Dark, but you guys, if you guys actually like time and time theory and multiverses, that's the show.
All right, so I'm gonna get to that now.
Goddamn Germans.
What?
Shout out to Germans. We like.
I want you to answer your own question. Which
what was my question?
Your question was which movie or which TV show?
No. Which movie is best, the closest to time travel?
The closest to time travel.
You believe is the closest. Really, theoretically, you feel like, you know what, that kind of makes sense.
I can see.
I don't know what movie Roberto picked because he went to TV show Dark.
I went Harry Potter. And
he went Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and
Sorry, cheater.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Which one?
Part 2. I'd be lying if I said 3. Okay, I'd be lying if I said
the
3.
one with the train.
Wait, there's a part 3?
Yeah, Old Western.
Oh, y'all don't know?
Oh, I thought that was Wild Wild West.
No,
Damn.
The Old Western. Yeah.
It's so tough, but I gotta say Terminator.
So a constant loop paradox. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm joking when I say that, but I feel like that's my theory that no matter what you do, if you go to the past, it'll be the same result no matter what.
Correct.
It may not be you, but it may be somebody else, and it'll be whatever's going on right now in this world is going to be happening no matter what. Even if it's, say, it's Hitler or it was somebody else. Somebody else was going to do that. Okay,
exactly.
So let's say you're older. Your kids are about 22 years old. You have the opportunity to go back, and you see that let's say your kids are 25, 26. That's usually when you hit like your kind of midlife crisis of like, what am I going to do with my life or whatever?
I'm still trying to figure that out, but whatever.
I know we all are, but pretty much you try to say, hey,
and then you die, and then it's like, fuck, it's too late.
Am I going to school? Am I going to be in debt? You know, stuff like that. Now, do you go back and be like the James Earl Jones voice of like Mufasa guiding your kid throughout it? Or do you pick a specific time you think this is going to change your kid's life where he's going to be motivated and like not be a dick?
If you remember clearly, Lion King, he still did not listen to his dad as much. He told him, don't go to the dark lands or whatever the case may be. He still went in there.
Right, because he was still alive.
It goes back to curiosity.
It goes curiosity. Exactly. I think, there's nothing I could change because at the end of the day, my kids are their own kids. They'll make their own decisions.
Okay, so if you had the chance and you see him like, damn, he's living on the street, like nothing.
He made his choices.
So you wouldn't like help him or like if you had the opportunity to like change it.
What if I go back and I stop
and you're the one that caused it,
and I'm the one that caused it, or my grandchildren are the ones now in the street?
True,
right? But what if your son can make an impact in the world, and you know he could? Would you go back to the past and say, "Damn, like if I change this,"
but it's one specific event.
If I change that event right there,
no,
this guy changes the fucking world forever.
No,
he's
because
like the next fucking Tesla. You know.
Now what we say, quote unquote. Now I'm playing the puppet master, and I don't want that role because I want him to come up with his own choices. That's the whole point. Like if I go now, I have a hand on it. And then I could always go back in my head and be like, well, he would have never got there if I didn't say anything.
All right, so let me ask you a question. If your son was Hitler, would you go back and fucking kill him or tell him or, I mean, he was a fucking sociopath anyways.
Because my son is Hitler, obviously due to my genetics and my teaching, I've created Hitler. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I instill those beliefs on him.
Okay. Would you go back and change yourself in order for that not to happen?
No. I just can't. I'm too fearful of the butterfly effect.
So
something's going to happen.
So basically, the timeline stays the same. There's nothing you could do if you go back.
Correct.
That's how.
My thing is the way we were talking. Like me, I'm more the future. I just want to go check it out. You would like to go to the past, dab a little bit of the present, and you want to go back
to fuck with Jeffrey App.
You want to go back and forth like you're fucking riding a fucking merry-go-round horse.
I'll probably lose my mind.
So you got
but
3 different perspectives, 3 different arguments. I'm hell bent of like not changing the past. And then if I do travel to the future, I'm just, I just want to observe it.
So let's say right now, I gave you the opportunity. Hey, Freddie, 2 kids, wife, house, blah, blah. I'm giving you the opportunity to go to the future. But if you go, you have to stay there.
Oh, now you're thinking.
Am I immortal?
What's up?
Am I immortal?
So I'll give you this.
No, you're gonna die, bro.
Fuck that. If I'm immortal,
if you leave now, I will give you endless opportunities to keep traveling to the future. So you can let's say you're living 10 years into the future.
Hold on.
There's
hold on. No, I'm staying.
You're staying.
I just talked to myself.
So basically, your kids will grow up and think, "Damn, my dad left me."
Exactly.
But
pretty
they
much.
don't know why. But I will tell them yo, he got the opportunity to go to the future. Wouldn't you take it?
Now let me ask you a fucking good question.
All right.
Which movie or TV show is most likely we'll end up in? Let me just give you options. Okay?
Go ahead. You want to give me options?
I'm going to give you options.
But if the options are not there, I'm going to give myself an option. But go ahead.
Yeah. Westworld. Just don't answer yet. Westworld, like Altered Carbon.
Okay.
Am I missing any other shows?
I will say the closest I think we'll ever be, and I for sure see it. I don't know if I'll be alive to see it. I don't know if my kids will be alive to see it, but maybe our grandkids or whatever is Battlestar Galactica.
Out in space, living.
I think androids
chilling
are going to take over. AI is going to take over.
So Battlestar Galactica is one of them. I never really got into the show.
But I'm mixing them both.
No, right.
Because Westworld is androids, AI technology, so is Battlestar Galactica.
But so is something like a Westworld. It is AI.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm saying I'm putting those shows together. I'm saying Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So technology, so I can see it. But technology-wise, like if you gave me those 2 options, I would probably go with Altered Carbon, where I can upload your consciousness. Because basically, that's all it is. Your body is always probably going to die. It's
your flesh.
It's nothing you could do. So it's always going to die. But if you can somehow have your consciousness and your memories and stuff get uploaded every so often, that's probably the best way to live.
No, but I think we're a lot closer to Westworld than to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if I got to pick, I would say the future has to be altered carbon.
Do you know what's another? And I know I keep harping for you guys to watch it. Is Upload on Amazon.
It's on
I
my
already
list.
watched it, bro.
The show is amazing.
I saw the trailers.
The show is amazing because what it does
Shout
is
out
that,
to Stephen Amell's cousin and shit.
I mean, yo, no, dude,
Robbie?
Robbie Amell, man, he's awesome.
I got a guy right.
Listen, no, he's good. And what I love about the show is that basically it's like a life insurance, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like when you die, you go into like, let's just say like a haven.
If you can afford it.
If
Yeah.
you can afford it and you're there. I don't know how
So your consciousness get uploaded
your
to the
consciousness
system.
goes into like a system. And then, Berto, you can come. It's almost like I'm in jail. Seriously, you can just come visit me.
Yeah.
And then I have like visitations and I can pay for certain things.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If you can upload your consciousness just like you can with Alter Carbon and say like an upload, with Alter Carbon, you're basically stacking into somebody else's body.
Correct.
With Upload, you're just kind of in a
you're
different...
in the system.
You're
You're
like
not-
in the system.
You're not
but
alive, but you're in the
not.
system.
That's the thing. You're not alive at all. I think with Alter Carbon, you are alive.
You
if
are
that makes
alive, yeah.
sense.
If you don't mind me interjecting,
Of course.
we're in the end game now. No, you know why it's in the end game? Because the number one thing us humans, human nature is we're trying to strive for immortality.
Correct.
We want to get younger. We don't want to die. We want to keep going. And I think, like you said, I think we're heading towards that. We're close, not fully close, but again, are we fucking up the nature of life by doing this?
Or is this just part of life? Is the question.
Oh, is it?
I feel
that's
like
how
this
we're
is-
evolving.
Yeah. I feel like it's
Am I gonna be able-
evolution.
yeah.
Everyone's gonna. I think every time period in
evolution.
history, people try like you said, the mummifying and stuff. You're trying to
We're evolving, bro. That's it.
Try to evolve.
Our brains
to-
get
yeah.
bigger and smarter.
I mean,
All right, guys. So I love time travel, but it's time for fatherly advice.
I don't know what advice I could give for time traveling. It's just read up on it for all you scientific enthusiasts who are not scientists, and ask yourself the question from the beginning of the podcast: if you had the ability to time travel, would you do it? Where'd you go? And really think about this. But at the end of the day, stick to what you know. And right now, all I know is this present and this multiverse is all I know.
Nice. Yo, buy them on Los. What you got,
Listen,
bro?
to all my future kids, to all the kids out there, if you have the opportunity to time travel, man, go back in the past.
Don't fuck up my shit, though.
Listen, go back to the past, observe, learn from the past mistakes, and don't do that so we have a fucking better world.
All right, Mr. Sotolongo.
That's it, baby. That's it, baby.
Yo, my fatherly advice is go back in the past, get them bets in, bro. Get that money, stack up, be powerful, be like Pinky in the Brain that you want to rule the world. And you know what? And while you're in the past, just have some kids and fuck with someone's timeline.
Yeah, man. That was
Jeffrey
good.
App, I'm your father, bro.
Last one thing, the one thing, greatest and most powerful character in the timelines of all Marvels and DC is Dr. Manhattan.
Yes, sir.
And with that, to be continued. Adios!
Peace.
You should have gone for the head.
As always, thank you for listening to the Three Dads in a Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. This is your host, BD Berto, your favorite baby daddy, signing off with my compadres, Daddy Lost and Freddie D.
Adios!